See the little lawnmower man over there? I'm waiting for him to come over here, but I think he's on the other side of the creek, so he should be going farther away and not getting in our sound space. So today I thought I would do a quick little mental meander on habits. Not like nun habits or anything like that. Although back in the day I wanted to be a nun, but I couldn't get into the habit. And I was claustrophobic. No, sorry. Habits. So there's a fine line between a habit and an addiction and unhealthy behaviors, but let's just go with habits. So let's say that you want to create a new habit, like to exercise more often or eat more, better food, or something that's going to be healthy for you, or maybe go to bed earlier, that kind of thing. Sometimes we have a habit of staying up too late and not going to bed in time to get enough sleep, which is, you want 8 hours-ish, part of your self-care, which we already talked about. So habits, you can actually take a habit that you would like to incorporate into your life and break it down into tiny little baby steps. And we talked about baby steps, I think, during self-care. But anyway, habits can be broken down and broken down and broken down until you get the teeniest, tiniest little part of that habit that you can incorporate into your life and make it into a habit, and then you add another small piece to it, and then you add another small piece to it. It's the baby step thing, and then pretty soon you have this new habit of going to bed earlier, or eating healthier, or exercising more often, or whatever your new habit is. So let's say your new habit is like a self-care thing too, which is all of those things incorporated. So for example, let's just say you want to exercise more often. Let's say every day you want to do something that's going to be healthier for you, like exercising. So you have, you think, okay, I really like to learn how to go jogging or something. Count me out of that, but let's say jogging or walking through the park, or you want to go walking or something. So what do you need to do that habit? What is it that you would need to do? So you need to figure out what it is that you need to do to make that habit a reality. So you go, well, if I'm going to go walking, I need to have, shoes. I need to have, the right kind of clothes. Maybe let's say you want to wear sweatpants or shorts or something, and comfortable shoes that you can walk in. So okay, good. So you get all that stuff lined up. You say, okay, I can wear this stuff when I go for a walk or jogging or exercising or whatever. So now you have that part taken care of, and the other thing you would need to figure out is where. Let's say you want to walk through a park, or you want to go to a gym, or you want to do it at your house on a treadmill or something. Okay, so you know where. And then once you get all your pieces aligned, because it's kind of ambiguous to say, oh yeah, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, how? How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to exercise. Okay, how? How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to go walking. Okay, that's good. How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to go out to the park. Okay, do you know which park? Do you know what time of day? Do you know what you're going to wear? Do you have shoes to wear? Do you have it on the calendar is when you're going to do all this stuff? So see, you have to, it's part of the self-care. You put all the stuff, you line it all up so you don't have any excuses. So break it down. So let's say you want to go walking, but you really don't have the energy, but you want to create this new habit. So break it down into like 2-minute segments. So for 2 minutes every day, just put on your exercise clothes or your walking clothes, your walking shoes, or whatever it is that you're going to be wearing. Put them on for 2 minutes. That's it. Your animals are going to think you're crazy. Your family's going to think you're crazy. Why did you put clothes on for 2 minutes and then take them off and put other clothes on? Let's make that clear. Once you get that into a habit of putting on those clothes, then you put on those clothes and you go outside. You don't have to go walking, just go outside. Go out on your front porch, down the sidewalk, or whatever. Just go outside, as long as you're outside in those clothes. 2 minutes. Go back in the house, take them off, do it again, until that becomes a habit. It takes about a week or two. So every day you go, it's 4 o'clock. Pick a time that you would like to go walking. So let's say you want to do it first thing in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm not even alive at 8 in the morning, but 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna put my exercise clothes on and go outside. That's your new habit, putting on your exercise clothes and going outside. Now that's a habit. And now after you go outside, in another week or so, you tack on, I'm gonna walk to the end of the driveway, down to the corner and back, or wherever. Just moving. You're moving in those clothes and you're making that habit. And then after you get that into this habit, then you can actually drive to where, if you're gonna drive to a park or something, you can actually drive to the park or drive to the gym or drive to wherever you're gonna do this exercise, get there, and then go home. I know with the price of gas right now, it's a little foolish to be driving to the gym or driving to the park and not doing anything when you get there. It's up to you. So see where I'm going with this though? You just tack on little tiny pieces of it until the whole thing becomes a habit. And then, because you got the getting up at a certain time, putting on your exercise clothes at a certain time, going out, going out. And now it's all become a habit. So now it's not just putting on the exercise clothes. It's putting on the exercise clothes, going outside, walking down to the end of the street, or getting into the car and driving to wherever it is you're gonna go. Or let's say you're gonna do it on a treadmill at home. You just go and stand on the treadmill. You don't have to turn it on, just stand there for a minute or two. Go and take your exercise clothes off, but don't go like eat a big bowl of ice cream from all that workout that you did. But you know what I mean. Oh, here comes another plane. Surprise, surprise. They follow me, I tell you. So you see where I'm going with that? Let's say, whoa, big old shadow. Let's say your new habit is to stop saying bad words. I wish more people had this habit. Let's say that's one of your new habits you want to get into. Stop saying certain things and start saying other things. You can make a list of acceptable words that you could use in place of certain words that you don't want to use anymore, right? And then you practice saying those words. You don't have to say them in a moment of whatever. Just practice. When you're trying to eliminate one behavior and change it for another behavior, you don't necessarily go at it saying, I'm not going to do this. You change it and replace it with something like, I'm going to do this instead of this. It's redirection. We've talked about redirection before too. So you're going to redirect yourself. Instead of saying, golly gee willikers, we're going to use that because that is our cuss word for right now. You're going to change it to something else. Instead of saying, I'm not going to say this anymore, you're just going to say that instead. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, there's a cute little birdie right over there. Sidetracked. So habits are difficult sometimes to create, and sometimes we have we are so good at creating habits that aren't exactly the healthiest for us. How does that happen? Happens the same way that a good habit will happen. So you know what I'm talking about when I say break it down into baby steps and incorporate just the baby step into your day until it becomes a habit, and then add another baby step and another baby step. So just about anything that's healthy that you would like to incorporate into your day or your life can be broken down into some kind of baby step. So there's a fine line, I think I said this already unless I cut it out. There's a fine line between a habit and an addiction, which we will get to on another video. I know you're excited. So anyway, that's basically it. If you want to incorporate a new habit, then I'll put a little handout link at the bottom under the video, below the description. In the description down there will be a link for a habit breakdown worksheet thing where you can actually write out what habit you would like to incorporate and then break it down into little steps. It's actually a really good little worksheet where you can see it, and when you can see it and get it out onto paper, you can go, oh, okay, now I can organize this in the way it needs to be so I can make this happen. So anyway, that was it. I just wanted to throw that out there and see if that might help somebody. So if you liked it, leave a like or leave a comment. And I found out that you just have to have a Gmail account to leave a comment, because all Gmail accounts come with a link to YouTube. It's like your account is, you don't actually have a channel, but you have a Gmail account. So Gmail account lets you leave a comment, a like, a subscribe, the little bell thing to let you know if I have another video coming out, So I'm trying to get as many of them out as I can before it gets to be 100 and a gazillion degrees this weekend. So anyway, I'll check out for now, and I guess I will talk to you at another, sorry, sidetracked, never mind. So yeah, so until I talk to you again, take it easy, and I'll talk to you later.